Prince Andrew's BBC Newsnight interview really turned out to be a turning point, if not a complete derailment, of his public life.
Yeah, it's almost unthinkable how one interview could, shatter an entire reputation, right?
Exactly, and his unapologetic responses, especially regarding his ties with Jeffrey Epstein and his denial about meeting Virginia Giuffre, just fueled the outrage.
Yep. It's almost as if he couldn't grasp the gravity of the situation.
Right. And what's even more striking is how he initially thought his performance was brilliant. I mean, stories even mention that right after the interview, he was all smiles, convinced it went well, which, as we now know, was a massive misread of events.
Yeah, that disconnect is pretty surreal. I mean, how can someone be so oblivious to the fallout?
It's like, if you think you aced your exam only to get a failing grade later, it's such a stark wake-up call.
For sure. And then the consequences just snowballed. Stepping down from royal duties, being stripped of his honors, and even facing a civil suit.
Absolutely. The backlash, both from the public and internally within the royal family, was immense. His entire social circle evaporated as people didn't want to be associated with the scandal.
Mm-hmm. And then there's the whole financial fallout aspect, being forced into a less glamorous living situation and becoming a financial liability. That's a heavy price to pay.
True, it really underscores how one disastrous moment can cascade into, every aspect of life crumbling down. His networking venture, Pitch a Palace, essentially got hit by his tarnished image, and even his association with figures like that Chinese partner, Yang Tengbo, added another layer of complexity.
Right, and Yang's alleged involvement as a spy. Man, that's another can of worms that just deepened the scandal.
Exactly, it's all intertwined. Even his initial attempts to use the interview as a way to, rehabilitate his image ended up backfiring massively.
Yeah. But don't you think maybe his apology and statement, where he expressed regret over his ill-judged association, came off as a bit, insincere?
I'd say so. It seems his version of remorse was more of a tactic to slow the inevitable meltdown rather than a genuine moment of accountability.
Mm-hmm. And then the dramatizations on Netflix and Amazon, like A Very Royal Scandal and Scoop, really keep the narrative alive for the public. It's like his legacy is trapped in this loop of renewed media frenzy.
Absolutely, and they serve as constant reminders of that pivotal moment. Every dramatized retelling just reinforces his public disgrace and the irreversible changes in his life.
It almost becomes a case study on how a single interview can, undo years of privilege and reputation.
Right, it's a brutal lesson in PR and accountability. Even after trying to resurface at smaller events, his path back into any meaningful public role seems decidedly closed off.
And now, living a quiet life tucked away, his days are a stark contrast to his former jet-setting existence. Golfing, horseback riding, and all that muted routine at Royal Lodge.
Yep. It's like his life is a slow retreat into obscurity after a splash of scandal. Quite a dramatic fall indeed.
Well, it sure makes you wonder about the enduring power of bad press and, how no one is ever truly past their mistakes when it comes to public life.
Absolutely. A stark reminder of how reputation, once stained, is incredibly hard to reclaim, even with, the best intentions.
Definitely a cautionary tale that continues to resonate.